maybe. I don't know. We're on. We're live.
Do I need to mute on my end on StreamYard?
I guess we'll find out once we start.
No problem.
I mean, I guess it'll be if there's an echo, but the only thing is then they won't be able to hear you. You know what I could do is let me turn my volume down on my computer. So that way, if you're talking, the people can still hear you. Well, maybe not. I wonder if they can hear me. I don't know. All right, Lord, make us funny.
Denny Schaefer, he's an idiot.
He is back and he's chilling. Hey, buddy, we're home like where we belong. Where you want us on the radio for the next 2 hours. It's our final show of the week, people, because tomorrow is Disco Party. You know what that means? That means that, well, we're not going to be on the air. So there you go. Chris is going to be gone. He leaves today, actually. And I'll be hosting the disco party, the sold out disco party. Thank you very much. We're very excited about that. Well, we're saying that there's one table left, and I'm sure somebody's going to smash it up before Friday. So it's going to be a great time. It is show number, what number are we on? It looks like we are on show 63, which is very exciting. Brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the only place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. All right, I'm live at Yark, 1619 Central Avenue. I'm in the car. I'm going to be at 04. Stop by. We're going to tell you about specials. We're also up on Facebook Live, brought to you by Bakery Unlimited, bakeryunlimited.com. All right, hopefully everybody's plugged in, ready to go, because we are, and we got a lot to cover. We got Jordan Strack. He is going to join us in the 3 o'clock hour, around 3:30. Oh, tough loss for the Walleye, tough loss. But before we go much further, it is June, as everybody knows, and it's a month that's not known for its sales. Well, check this out. Let's say hello to the producer of this fine broadcast. It is Chris.
Hollywood. What's up, there, man?
There you are. I think we're on a little bit of a delay because it's we're on the earth. We're on the earth through the internet. It's kind of like we're AM radio. I mean, I've been there before, so it doesn't bother me at all. But anyway, I'm here at Yark, and just to remind everybody, here at Yark, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, they're having their summer celebration. See what they did there? It's Employee Pricing Plus program. You pay what we pay with employee pricing for everybody during the Jeep celebration event. So come on by, 6019 Central Ave. All right, dude, we got a lot to cover today. My mind is just scrambling all over the place with tomorrow night's disco party. It was nice stopping into the station. I was there all of 10 minutes. It was beautiful. Put it over here. Head over to Yark here. Got everything all set up. Roy Fish. Stop by to get his disco party tickets. I should have had him stick around. Because he's always entertaining. More entertaining than we are. What I was thinking. Anyway, it's just been an action-packed day. By the way, 877-909-1007. And/or call. Might be a little awkward with the calls because there's a bit of a delay. But for the most part, we're good to go. We're good to go. There you go. All right, Hollywood, let's just start with you. How did the premarital counseling go last night? Was it the last session?
Yep, last session. It was actually very stress-free. I think by the end of it, we realized that over what was supposed to be 6 weeks, but turned into like 2 months. Much better communication skills between the two of us. I feel prepared. Put it that way. I would tell anyone to try that before getting married.
Yeah, premarital counseling is good as long as you don't ignore the red flags. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to talk them out. You got to, because you go into it with
these expectations.
That's wrong. Have no expectations.
No expectations.
Yeah.
No, expectations get you in trouble.
Expectations get you in trouble every
Okay,
time.
that's lesson number one.
Lesson number one.
If you
But
notice
if you notice some red flag,
that seems a little weird.
that seemed a little
You
weird.
got to talk that out.
You gotta
And as
talk
long as
that
you
out.
and Kay
As
are
long
willing
as
to
you
do
and Kay
that.
are willing to do
And you
that.
guys, you're not 19, 20 years old. I mean, you guys, you're in your early 30s. So you guys are a little more mature than most people. Is that what it is? Late 30s?
Is that what it is? Late 30s?
We'll see how late 30s does in Miami all weekend.
Miami all weekend with all your boys.
That's not going to be any fun at all.
Not going to be any fun at all.
So are you packed and ready to go?
For your
event this weekend?
For your bachelor party.
Mentally, I am packed and ready to go. I am waiting on a few items to come through the mail. So shout out to FedEx for next day shipping if it ever shows up. If not, I have clothes, so I'll be fine.
Wait a minute, you're like at the last minute you bought some special
clothes
for the
weekend?
Hey,
The weekend?
Yeah, let's get some summer clothes.
Yeah, well, it's going to be warm. It's Miami. Probably 105
down there.
90 degrees with a low of 79 every day. So no rain.
All right, well, that'll be good. Keep praying people for tomorrow's weather because, the disco party, 2,000 people coming downtown. And right now it's, I want to say it's looking okay. I mean, we might have some scattered showers in the morning, maybe something later on at night. I don't know, but I saw clearing skies with a low of about 59 or 60, which is perfect because people will be getting all sweaty and gross. Dancing their fannies off and raising money for little lessons. So let's just hope that this weather holds so we can get through the party. So Denny's summer can begin because my summer does not begin until the party is over and I can relax. When Josh and I do our sign off, when he plays the harmonica for Piano Man, and then we shut it down. And the lights come on, and people look at each other like, "Ooh, I thought you were better looking." No, I'm kidding. There's none of that. There's none of that. There's always a group of people. It's like, "Oh, let's go to the party." Because bars are still open. So you people have fun, but be careful. So we're looking forward to that. So getting back to you and Kay, your lovely fiancée, did you talk to her about gender reveal, and what did she say?
We did speak about gender reveal. The answer was maybe for the gender reveal, knowing the actual gender ourselves, first child, for sure. After that, she would be willing to leave it up to God.
Okay, so why isn't she willing to leave it up to God with first kid?
Preparation, which I didn't push back too much. Yeah, women want to be prepared, Denny. They want to be prepared.
Yeah. Okay. I lost respect for you, man. I lost a little respect for you.
I said, did you want me to put my foot down? And you said, no, don't go in there.
No. Talk reason. Here you go. A little tap dance music for you as you're tap dancing the issue. Because the obvious question would be, honey, we're going to trust God with number 2. Let's trust God with number 1 because the blessing to find out on the day, there's nothing like it. And the whole, well, I want to know what color to, paint the nursery. That's BS. That's just an excuse. Just make it neutral color, okay? Neutral color. That's all you got to do.
Like yellow, sunshine.
Yeah, there you go. Trust me, though. She's going to get her way on this. Trust me, because here's the card that they have, all right? Now, my wife and I were on the same page, thank God. We waited, and it was the most glorious event I've ever experienced in my life. The two most are when Olivia was born, and we found out she was a girl, and when Josh was born, I never thought I'd have girls or boys. I thought I'd have all girls because I figured God would just punish me with all girls and having to deal with all women, and we have female cats, and it's like, okay, I am screwed. So when Josh was born, oh my gosh, I was a happy dancer, man, a happy camper. I mean, I went nuts because I didn't think it was going to happen. Anyway, so it was amazing. But here's the card that they have. And even though you think you got something that might convince her, like, well, honey, we trust God at number 2. Let's trust God at number 1. And she'll look at you and she'll say, well, then you carry the baby. You carry it for 9 months. You have your body go through that. Let's see you decide, and then you make the decision. Yeah, they got that. They got that in their back pocket, and there's nothing you can do about it. So, I mean, you tried. You brought it up. We'll see what happens, okay? Because you guys are going to wait a few years, right, before you start knocking them out?
At least 33, 34-ish.
Okay, so a few years. And have you decided on a number, which is silly because you're going to get what you're going to get?
No more than 3 if possible.
All right, there you go. We had 2. I told Sharon, I believe God wants us to have another one. And she said, then you're carrying it. If we're having a 3rd one, you're carrying it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess.
That's when you get a dog,
Yeah, well, we always got cats because, we made our decision early, and I'm not doing cats and dogs. We got cats, and they're a pain in the ass. So there you go. All right, let's get into some content. And let's see, do I have any text? I'll look there in a minute. Let's talk about what happened last night. Oh, man, that was, well, let me just say, it was not the kind of game we had all hoped for with the Walleye playing Trois-Rivières up there in Quebec, the province of Quebec. We certainly hoped for a better outcome. We never got it. The Walleye never gave up, though. That first period was ugly. Now, Chris, did you watch any of the beginning of it?
I saw highlights, so I wasn't able to watch the actual game because I refused to pay for BCSN.
Okay, well, I have it, so I watched it. And here's the thing. They scored within 42 seconds of the freaking game on a goal that shouldn't have counted, or it shouldn't have happened, because the dude shot it. I mean, the defense in that first period was horrible, and that's what cost them. Those 2 scores, that's what cost them. Defensive lapse. But it is what it is. They came back and they played like beasts in the second period. They played well in the third period, just not well enough to end up losing 3-2. Anyway, Bednar caught it, and it dropped out of his glove before the whistle was blown by the ref to call it dead. Had he been able to hold on to it for another half second, that first goal wouldn't have counted. And I believe me, that changed the momentum, the big mo, I believe, right there at the beginning. I mean, talk about deflating. 42 freaking seconds? Yeah, it was brutal.
It looked like a slow start for the team, which that sucks.
It was.
I thought they'd come out fighting. We got a phone call, too, if you want to take it.
Oh, wow. Let's grab a phone call. We take it. It might be a little weird because I'm at Yark right now, the new car. All right, let's take a call. Hello there. You're on 100.7 The Ticket. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, Denny.
Hi, Matt. What can I do for you?
Let's talk about the NBA Finals.
We're going to get to that, Matt, but we kind of have a format. So if you want to call back when we get to the final, well, just tell me what you think of the finals. Who are you taking, Matt?
I'm taking Indiana Pacers, believe it or not.
Well, you and me are rooting for the same team, but the rest of the NBA world is saying that it's probably going to be a sweep, 4 or 5 games. So let's hope they're wrong. You know what I'm saying?
How you been, Denny?
Fan-friggin-tastic, man. I got just a lot of stuff going on, but we're excited to be on the air. So listen, thanks for calling, man. I got to roll because I'm out here at Yark. So you have a great day, my man. All right, take care. There's Matt. Lives out there at Sweet Farms. He's a good kid. Anyway, so me and him are rooting for Indy. We'll get back. We'll get to that at some point. So I reached out to Jordan Strack, and he said, yeah, he can go on. So we'll let talk about it. He was there, obviously. I'm wondering if the travel had anything to do with it. Nah, I don't think so, because the second period, they came out like beasts. I mean, they came the second and third period, the Walleye were in control of the game. Yeah. And even Pat Mickish said the same thing. They were generating opportunities. We made 2 mental errors and gave up 2 grade A chances to them. And Jan Bednar, he settled in after he gave up those 2 early goals. Yeah, they scored twice within like the first 20, I guess, of the first period. So they were playing desperate. You could see it, but it worked out. I don't know. I was nervous about last night's game, and now that they lost, I am really nervous. We got
you don't feel better going into game 4?
No, they needed to win that first one, so then they could relax. Now they're playing desperate. They have got to win Friday night, 7:00.
Yeah.
So, we'll be at the disco party. I'll be giving updates, obviously, because they're having a walleye watch party right across the street at Fifth Third Field. So there'll be a lot of people over there. So, I'll give some updates throughout the disco party. But and then game 5 is Saturday at 3:00 up there in Quebec. By the way, Toledo. Now this gives you some comfort. I don't know. Toledo also trailed 2-1 to Fort Wayne in the Central Division Finals, and they rallied to win. But Trois-Rivières, and Trois-Rivières is a much better team than Fort Wayne. So they've been here before. Anyway, Mickey says our guys are going to be ready to go on Friday. We've been in this situation before. We've responded. There's nothing easy about this time of the year. There's no panic in this group. They're already talking about it in that room. So this was after, obviously. With a little less than 6 minutes left in the second period, they had a 5-minute major penalty. Toledo they were 5 on freaking 3. And they were able to prevent the Lions from scoring again. Bednar was freaking amazing. He was making some big saves. Even their coach was like, wow, this goalie is freaking amazing. So, yeah, it's Friday night's it, man. 7:00.
Yeah.
So we'll let to see and just hope good thoughts for our walleye. All right, NHL. It took overtime, but the Edmonton Oilers erased a multi-goal deficit. They beat the defending champion Florida Panthers 4-3. OT, Game 1, Stanley Cup Finals, the rematch. That was last night, of course. Game 2 is Friday night in Edmonton. And then the series shifts to Sunrise, Florida for Games 3 and 4.
Did you stay up for that one?
No. I watched once the walleye was – I watched in the second period. And I thought, okay, Florida's rolling. I thought, okay. And then all of a sudden Edmonton's like, meh. I mean, watching the two between the ECHL and watching the NHL – oh my gosh, it's night and day, man. The speed.
Yeah.
Speed is just unbelievable. The way that they, move and the goalies.
Speed and goaltending. We're on the same page. Yeah. As a casual hockey fan, I was like, this is an amazing game to watch.
Yeah. It's pretty exciting. So, series there. So we'll see what happens Friday night. I like them to go to 7 games. I just hope Toledo can somehow win one of these next 2 so they can come back to the HC with a shot, even if they're down 3-2.
If they start off faster in game 4, they'll be fine. I think this was much better than the 5-1 shellacking they took in game 2. So
yeah, because I'm telling you, without that,
you only need one.
Yeah, that's true. I'm hoping that they start Bednar. I hope that, and nothing against Skylander, but Bednar just seems like he's at a different place. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to ask Jordan about that. Anyway, you know what I should have done yesterday when we called and harassed, and maybe it was my fault because I called and harassed some businesses up there in Trois-Rivières. Maybe the loss is on me. I wonder how you say "suck it" in French. We just make prank calls.
I can call up there. Translate for you.
All right, and we call up there, and I just say "suck it" in French and hang up on them. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe we should just let it ride and see if they can, play a little bit better without me harassing them. So, anyway, 877-909-1007. That's the number if you want to chime in, call, or text the show. We can talk a little baseball if you like. Tigers, they did it again. They got thankful that they won. So way to go, Tigers. Where's my? Hold on. Where's my? There it is. I got my little tiger thing. Tigers were up, I think 4-0. I'm like, okay, this is good. Well, it turned out being 5-4. Colt Keith hit a tie-breaking RBI double in the 8th inning, and they helped the major league leading Detroit Tigers beat the lowly Chicago White Sox 5-4. It was very rainy. Matter of fact, the game, I don't even think it started till like 9:30 because I kept checking over on the wall. Yeah, it was a big delay. The Tigers have won 20 of 25 games against Chicago. The Tigers are, they're playing right now.
Yep, bottom of the
Casey
first.
Mize. So Casey Mize is 6-1, and they're playing, and it's zip, bottom of 1. So we'll keep an eye on that for you here throughout the day and let you know on that. So that was good that they, that they won. Now, here's the thing. Now, this is the part that kind of stinks about being a Tigers fan because I want to go up to Comerica and go to some games. Guess what's happening up there, Hollywood?
What?
Prices are going up for tickets. Now, how can they do that? Don't they set their prices? Don't they set their prices at the beginning of the year? Here's what it's going to cost you if you want to sit in this section, for whatever game. But no, it's on a scale, a floating scale.
Yep.
So if you want to get tickets for like any series throughout the summer, you better get them now because they could be, crazy. Now, there's a lot of Cubs fans around this area and around Detroit, and the Cubs are at Comerica Park this weekend. So it's going to be, it'll probably be, if not sold out, very close because they're both first place teams. So it's a 3-game matchup. It starts Friday through Sunday in Detroit. So it's a rare cross-league matchup between 2 first-place teams. Tickets are selling crazy right now for all 3 games. They're listed as high demand on all the secondary ticket things. Now, so why would you go through a secondary ticket person? Why don't you just go through the Tigers?
So a lot of times people buy up the tickets and they resell them, or Ticketmaster will buy the important games and then resell.
Okay, that sucks. I mean, that's what drives the prices up.
Yep.
Why is that even allowed? I mean, they should put a cap on that about how many of these bots are be able to buy up these tickets.
Well, I mean, they get their money, so it's really all about supply and demand, buddy.
Okay, so the Tigers get their money, but screw the fan who's got to pay double the price. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's not good for the fan, and which is us. Anyway, Friday's game, the cheapest ticket right now as we're sitting here, is in the upper deck by the left field foul pole. That's at $49 a ticket. I mean, those are not sweet seats. Okay. That's nearly twice as high as the prices for the average Tiger ticket last year, which was $27.58. And those are for decent seats. So if you want a better view and you have, how about $1,088 a ticket, you can snag 2 seats behind home plate for Friday night's game. Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah. Yeah,
because then you're drinking,
I was gonna say that's the price of winning, man. That's the price of winning.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't whine because they are in first place, best record in the majors. So your cheapest option may be for Sunday's game. However, where 4 tickets in the second to last row of the upper deck, section 216 along the first baseline, they're selling for $46 each. Okay, so that's reasonable, compared to the series finale against the San Francisco Giants, which was Wednesday, May 28th. Tickets, you could find them for $15.
Sheesh.
Yeah, jacking them up, man. The series against the Cubs might end up as one of the best attended regular season series at Comerica Park for the entire year. They're expecting that. That's only because there's a lot of Cubs fans, in this area, and they ain't driving for
this Cubs fans all around the world, and Wrigley is super expensive.
Oh, Wrigley. Have you ever been to Wrigley?
No, too expensive. I don't like baseball that much.
Yeah. All right, we went years ago. It was in the 90s, and man, I'll tell you what, that That place, it reminded me because it was so old of the old Tiger Stadium. And it was just, man, what an event. And it's everything that everybody says it is. So, I mean, but it's all, that park is just beat up though. It's so freaking old. So, all right, your Guardians, they beat the Skankies 4-0 last night. That's good. Cleveland, the Yankees' final game of the series is tonight at 7:05. The Brewers won their 12th consecutive series against the Reds. 9-1, they beat the Reds.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Yeah. Cincinnati, man, they are very, very inconsistent. So, and then our Mud Hens, didn't work out. Columbus jumped out to a 2-0 lead after one inning, never looked back, beating Toledo 5-2 yesterday. It was the first time since mid-May that the Mud Hens, who are now 33-26, had lost 2 consecutive games. Toledo had its chances, though, but they just couldn't bring anybody home. They went 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They left 11 on base. Ooh, ouch.
Sheesh. Yeah.
You're not going to win a lot of games like that, dude. The Mud Hens will look to snap their losing streak tonight back at Huntington Park in Columbus. First pitch, 7:05.
Can you bet on minor league baseball?
I don't know, with an app?
I gotta go check. I feel like I would always go against the Hens away and with them at home because that's the kind of team.
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
I don't know. I would think. All right, you check on that. Let us know. Does your lovely fiance know that you have a gambling problem?
I don't have a problem. I have a new source of income.
She knows, though. She knows you play around with it, though, and you're not serious.
Yeah. I don't go hard. Yeah, if I was betting thousands of dollars or my rent to make sure that it was paid, that would be a problem. 1-800.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, 1-800 gambler. I couldn't imagine watching a game where you had just say $1,000 on it, and there's people that have $10,000 on games.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you could enjoy the game. I mean, I would sit there and I would be a freaking nervous wreck.
Yeah.
You know? So if she asks you about it, are you going to tell her? I mean, does she know that you do it?
Yeah, she knows. I mean, she doesn't know like down to the parlay, but I try to explain it to her so she gets it. I've never made a bet over $100.
What's the most you ever won?
Like $500.
What's the most you ever lost?
Like $75.
Like 75?
It was probably like between 75 and 100, somewhere in there. I never bet over 100. So,
yeah, I think this football season, if we're still on the air, I mean, we're at show 63. Well, we got ratings coming up Tuesday. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
How we're doing. I'm anticipating that they're going to go up more, but what do I know? I think this football season, I might dabble in it just a little bit.
College only,
maybe I'll put
never
$100.
NFL.
College only, no NFL. Why?
NFL, the point spreads are usually a little shaky.
College isn't though. Huh?
No.
Okay.
Pretty much you might get what it's going to be worth your money, except for the big games. But like NFL teams will sub people out. College, if it's a blowout, you're fine because you probably bet that it would be a blowout.
Right.
And never bet week one.
Yeah.
Never bet week
Never bet week one because, you don't know what anybody's doing. Yeah. Well, I might do it. But here's the thing. I'll drop $100 in an account. And once that's gone, it's gone. I walk away. But if I'm, betting on some of these games, $5-10 here, if it ruins my viewing experience, then I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want that. I mean, it's hard enough, especially I don't think I'll ever bet on a Michigan game because it's hard enough watching a Michigan game. And then if you got a little cash on it, it's like, oh, man, because I'm really, this might surprise you, I get pretty fired up watching those games. I'm very vocal. Sometimes I embarrass myself. Sometimes I'm like, why are you getting so fired up over this stuff? I mean,
but you can take
I'm a
the easy
fan.
bets. Like last year, I rode with pretty much every week Georgia, Ohio State, and the Lions, and I just parlayed it. It wasn't like huge earnings because they were favorites most of the times, but
Right.
early in the season, quick $20 here and there.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'll let you guys in. I'm pretty good at the over-under. I think I might just do over-under. I'm good at over-under. And I've got an over-under for the first NBA game. As a matter of fact, we're going to take our first break, ladies and gentlemen. I'm out here at Yark at 1619 Central Lab, new car. Going to be here till 4. And then I'm going over to True Rest Float Spot for a float. Because the den man needs to get real relaxed and get a good night's sleep. Because tomorrow, I was laying in bed this morning. I was laying in bed this morning at 6 o'clock. And because that's usually I get up around 6:30 every day. And I'm like, how am I going to be, if I get up tomorrow at 6 or 6:30, how in the heck am I going to be able to do everything I got to do and jump around like a fool on the stage and be awake till midnight? I'm thinking, Sharon's bringing me down a double espresso coffee to keep me going. So anyway, but we'll get to it. But I'm heading over to True Rest, take a float. Man, they're amazing. Heals all your joints. You always get great sleep right after it. So I'll be doing that after the show. All right, don't move. Coming back, NBA chat right here on 100.7, The Ticket.
Denny Radio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
I wonder if people can hear us.
Now's the perfect time to add it.
All right, you people watching on Facebook, can you hear both me and Chris when we're on the air?
Rather than later.
Somebody comment in the comment section,
for
please.
years to come. So I bumped this up on
Okay,
my list.
somebody just say, yeah, you can hear you and Chris. Probably can't hear the station.
How easy and affordable life insurance is.
You should be able to hear me and Chris.
Somebody
comment, please. Thank you.
$16 a month.
All right, how much time, Chris? 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5? What do we got?
2 minutes.
It was only $18 a month. Plus,
about 2.5.
Same-day coverage. There was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Get ready, Toledo! Big Blown Monster Trucks will invade the Toledo Speedway with 2 big shows on June 14th. Monster Trucks and FMX Motocross, plus all new family affordable prices. Limited kids tickets only $10 while they last. Adult GA tickets under $20. VIP tickets include a pit party pass and the best seat. Get tickets at monsterxtour.com or get them late at the gate. No ticket fees. Ride in a real monster truck at the Monster X Tour. 2 big shows on June 14th. At the Toledo Speedway.
No worries, Kemba. I hear you.
Wants to remind you Father's Day is going to be here June 15th. Now, what are you going to do for the guy that gave you so much? Good old dad sacrificed and supported you when you were younger. He's still doing it now. Okay, he might have missed a couple of ball games, but he was always your biggest cheerleader.
Do we have any Big Grand Limited
spots scheduled? Taught you how to drive your first car. Gave you money without mom knowing about it.
I don't see any, but I'll double check the log.
Your dad is special. Shouldn't a gift you give him on Father's Day be special? His Store and More has it all in one store. It's the Man and Dad Superstore. Stop by his
Terry
store
says
and more.
yes. You can hear us both. Okay, thank you.
There's
Terry. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night, girl.
So what are you waiting for? Head over to his Store and More, the Man Superstore today. You can always check him out on Facebook or hisstoreandmore.com. Located just past the Michigan line at 7325 Lewis Avenue next to Smokehouse 734 in Temperance, Michigan. Happy Father's Day, Dad, from his Store and More.
For 20 years, Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick has represented Ohioans in every county across our state. With thousands of reviews, the numbers speak for themselves. This is just the beginning of our story. Hurt in a car? Call KNR.
Craving something sweet? The Peach Cobbler Factory has warm cobblers with ice cream, sweet cinnamon rolls, pudding shakes, and more. Head over to this station's site for your delicious sweet deal. Buy 25, get 50 in the French Quarter Square, Perrysburg. The Peach Cobbler Factory.
Denny Schaefer.
After a few pints, this show might really get good.
He's an idiot.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
At Prudential, Denny Radio Sports and more. We're up on Facebook Live, brought to you by Bakery Unlimited. Thank you, Andrea and Michelle and Laura and Scott and everybody over there. Location on Seacourt Road, just north of the Toledo Clinic, also in Sylvania, Saxon Square Plaza. And Chris, my apologies. I forgot to stop in. I don't know what I was thinking. I think the rain threw me off. I was going to go through and pick you some up. And but I'll get some to you at some point. You know,
no problem.
I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of sugar this weekend drinking all that tequila. Lodo Joe sent in a text at 877-909-1007. He says, not exactly like working in a cold shower outside today, more like a warm bidet, raining and misting just enough where if you're outside for 10 minutes, you're gonna be soaked. So yeah,
warm bidet.
That's him. That's him. He's a goof. I forgot to ask him if he's coming to the disco
party tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
If not, dude, send me a DM. If you need tickets, I know the DJ. I can get you in, even though it's sold out. All right, we're at Yark in the new car at 1619 Central Avenue. Lease a new 2025 Jeep Compass Latitude 4x4, $199 a month for 36 months, or a 2025 Ram Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4. Lease it for $199 a month for
36 months.
Come on in and see him and see me.
So.
Are you watching some UFL this weekend?
Well, I know Michigan. I can't remember who they're playing. Is this the championship game or a
conference finals? Yep.
Okay, so if they win, they go to the championship game.
Yes, sir.
No, I what I do is I check the blade when they say, you know, what's on TV on Saturdays, and I see when they're playing or Sunday, and then I peep them out. When are they playing? Are they playing Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday at 3. It's a doubleheader.
Oh, okay. So Michigan, the Panthers, our first game.
Yep, Panthers, Stallions in Birmingham, 3:00, and then it's followed by DC Defenders versus St. Louis Battlehawks.
All right. Well, Michigan's had some quarterback issues. Their quarterback got hurt, so I don't know. You know, they were lighting it up, but I think they got two quarterbacks that have been hurt. So I don't know. I'll definitely peep it out. I got a buddy of mine who's in town, Roy Boy, the hillbilly poet, in for the disco party. He wants to play golf on Saturday. And I said, that might be a challenging one for them, man, because it's a disco party. And usually, you know why I do parties on Fridays? Disco parties. Why? So I have 2 days to recover before I have to go back to work on Monday. That's why I've always done them on Fridays.
Pretty smart.
Every now and then I do smart things. All right, tonight, NBA. We got a ball night, baby. It's game one of the NBA Finals, 8:30, although the tip I don't think it's until 8:40. And it's on ABC. You got OKC hosting the Indiana Pacers after 7 months of regular season basketball. And it was an awesome postseason. I give the playoffs, I give it an 8, man, out of 10. I mean, there were some exciting games. We do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's take the phone call. They take precedence over, what I'm talking about, or they can chime in. All right, let's go to the phones. Hello there. You're on 100.7 The Ticket. Who am I talking to?
Denny, can you get me into the disco party tomorrow?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you get me into the disco party tomorrow since it's sold out?
Okay, Matt, you're gonna have to send me an email, dude. I can't negotiate disco party tickets while we're on the air, my man. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So send me an email. All right, buddy. See you.
Bye, Matt.
All right. Matt's a big fan. He's a
double called us today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he did.
We're gonna have to save Matt's number in our system.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. Write it down. All right. So tonight, you got OKC hosting Indiana. They're the last two teams standing. Game one of the finals, and the NBA experts. I don't know who these people are. Do you recognize any of these names? Victoria Arlen, Jerry Bembry, Tim Bontemps, Chris Canty. I've heard of him.
Oh, yeah.
Evan Cohen. Yeah.
No Cohen.
Anyway, there's. We did?
Didn't we?
Evan Cohen? Is that the dude from the morning show?
That's the morning show. Yeah. I think so.
Oh, okay. I should have got him on the air. Maybe we'll get him on next week. If it doesn't go like he says, because he says Thunder in 5. I mean, it's everybody. Thunder in 6, Thunder in 6, Thunder in 5, Pacers in 7. Chris Canty says. Cohen, Thunder in 5, Pacers in 6, Thunder in 6, Thunder in 6, Thunder in 5. It's Thunder, 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 Thunder. Out of all these so-called experts that they talk to, Oklahoma City is, according to the experts, 29 of the experts says OKC's winning. Indiana, only 3 people said that Indiana was going to win. And most of them are saying, a bunch of them are saying, sweeps, that OKC is going to sweep them. I mean, a few of them did. A lot of them say 5. I don't know. See, I had a hard time predicting. I'm a vibe guy when I'm watching these games, and so I have to, peep out game 1 unless I get a vibe. By the way, the Tigers and the White Sox are tied, bottom of the second, zip. So if you look at the OKC's favored by 9.5, and the over/under is 230. Okay, here's what I'm telling you on this. I'm taking the under right now as I'm sitting here on tonight's game. And here's why.
What, 115 apiece?
It's 115 apiece. Here's why. They both have the potential to play really good defense.
Yeah, but they play really fast.
I know they do. But OKC's defense is probably better than Indiana's. But when Indiana is on with the defense, they're pretty tough. So I'm going to say under. What are you saying?
I might roll with over because it's a feel-out game. And they'll do some scouting. Game 2, I would go under. But for game 1, I think it's going to be fast-paced. I don't trust Indy yet. Just the path here. I got the Thunder in 6. I think that's what I said before. That's what I'm sticking to.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a good series, though.
I'm hoping. I'm not making it. If I was going to make any prediction, I would say it's going to go to 7 games. And I'm taking Indiana because I just want them to win. I want Indiana to win. Now, I'm speaking from the heart, not from a vibe. But here's something I did today, Chris Hollywood. I did a little research. OKC struggled with Denver. Okay, they didn't just walk through the playoffs. They had a hard time in Denver.
Yeah.
And Indiana, they played them once in Denver, and they didn't have Siakam. And Indiana won. I'm thinking, okay. I don't know, regular season.
Yeah.
March, April, whatever, regular season. Because I think that says a lot, when you play in the regular season. I know playoffs is a whole different animal. But it is a different animal. I know that. But I just think that I don't know. I just think Indiana's going to surprise some people. At least
Just
that's
look
what I'm
at
hoping.
the path here for both teams. I feel like the Thunder are a little bit more battle tested. I know they're 1 seed, but the Pacers played a hurt Bucks team, a hurt Cleveland team, so Knicks team. Probably got a little further than everyone else expected. Now, if they would have went through the Celtics and a healthy Celtics team and still got their way here, I wouldn't care. And they got the MVP. Shea's giving you 28 minimum a game. So that's my thinking. And great defense. If Lou Dort comes out and locks up Hallie, it might get a little scary. I think that's what a lot of people are thinking. So after tonight, we will know. I think it'll be Thunder in 6. But after tonight, I might say Thunder in 5, depending on how it looks.
I'm saying Indy in 7. There you go. And I'm only watching the first half because I want Indy to win. So
I got you.
There you go. I'm sticking with it, and we'll see what happens. And I reserve the right to change my opinion.
Yeah,
all right. Hey, look at that. Let's get to a break. Coming back, I have a 21-year-old asshat TikTok guy. And are you a fan of the band Aha? Well, if you haven't seen them before, you're not going to see them because, well, there's news about the lead singer. We'll come back to that. Right after this, as we're live from Yark It's Denny Radio Sports and More, brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. You're listening to ESPN Radio on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer is bringing the thunder. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hey,
all right, how much time I got?
Meats.
4 minutes.
Oh, good. I'm going to
Mary Meats does and cares with all of our fresh and frozen meat selections cut weekly, as well as our 33 flavors of brats and 19 flavors of snack sticks made in-house, plus getting local beef, lamb, and hogs in. We care about our quality. We're located just west of Secor Metro Park. Check St. Mary's Meats out on Facebook, and remember, we're killing it and you're grilling it.
Consider this your invitation to play at White Pines Golf Course. White Pines has 5 ponds, 1,000 pines, and is rated the 7th best golf course in the Toledo area by Toledo Blade Readers. Come play, or better yet, become a member and enjoy the fun either way. Come enjoy all-you-can-play golf with the card for only $21 after 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, or $26 after 2 p.m. on weekends. Or sign up for a league, male, female, or mixed. White Pines Golf Course, 419-875-5535. Simply great golf.
Homeowners, Denny Schaefer here. Got an embarrassing garage? Be like me. Get it linksed. 3 out of 4 homeowners use the garage as the main entry. Make it space you're proud of. Get $750 off right now. Visit linkedconcretecoatings.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains June 6th through the 9th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly. Save money on your next full synthetic oil change at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a $15 prepaid MasterCard after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $35.95. We can recommend all the oil change supplies you need. Shop your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Average Amy's. Our coffee has caffeine and our muffins are good.
Okay. Rojo Joe.
Neither. Cumulus Digital outperforms industry benchmarks by over 25%. Visit cumulusdigital.com to start outperforming today.
Crooked Creek Golf Course is turning 30 this year, and we're celebrating big all season long. For every time you play 18 holes, you'll get a free peel-off card, and every card is a winner. We're talking 30 free memberships up for grabs. Lottery scratch-off tickets where you can win up to $4 million. That's right, I said $4 million. Gift cards, free rounds of golf with Big B, Denny Schaefer, and Marco from K100. Free hot dogs, cold drinks, and tons more surprises. No gimmicks, no catch. Just play around and you're in. Summer is short, so don't gamble your time playing somewhere else. Get to Crooked Creek and peel off and win during our 30th anniversary bash. Also, if you're looking for a fun date night, join us for Couples Night every Friday at 5 p.m. at Crooked Creek. Visit us on Facebook at GolfCrookedCreek.com for more details and have fun winning all summer long. Crooked Creek, located east of Exit 5 in US 23 in Ottawa Lake, Michigan.
Where's Terry?
This is the NBA.
Nice. That looks really good on you. Hey, Chris, look, it's Nurse Terry. Look at that handsome shirt.
Terry, I like that.
He says he likes it. How much time before we're back?
10 seconds.
Game 1 coverage.
You got to hold on for the hug.
Thursday night at 7:30. Tip off at 8:30 p.m. Here on Toledo Finals 100.7. The Ticket.
Sports, pop culture, and
doesn't rain them out.
sports mind.
I said, what Jane name was
Man has the right to change his name to whatever he wants to change it to. This is a free country. You should respect his wishes and call the man Muhammad Ali.
His mama named Clay. I'm calling Clay.
Denny Radio is on 100.7. The Ticket.
I'm calling BS on Lodo Joe. He says he's got to work. You mean he can't come to the disco party and then get up the next morning and go to work, dude? Anyway, he's got some info for you, some advice. He says, It's my wife's birthday tomorrow, Lodo Joe. He says, she told me not to get her anything. Here's a Lodo Joe Pro marriage tip for Chris. When your wife tells you she doesn't want anything for her birthday, you better damn well have something for her birthday. Even if it's just a card or some flowers, don't ever blow it off. She will remember, and you're welcome.
Yeah, that's the setup. I know that one. My mom plays that trick on me every year, not working. It's much different with the wife, though. So.
Oh, yeah, it's totally different with the wife. Yeah, it just totally is. By the way, I think what we'll do, not today, but, when I'm back in my Denny Radio studios, maybe one of our shows. Okay, give marital advice to Hollywood.
Okay, let's do it the week before the wedding. So we're 3 weeks out.
So will you work that whole week?
Yeah, except for maybe Friday. We'll see. I'll let you know.
All right. Well, if you're off, I'm off. And then you're off the following week, right? Honeymoon?
Yeah.
So that's
4th of
July.
week, we might be off.
Oh, yeah, we are off. I'm here to tell you, I ain't working for the July week. I'm not working without you, dude.
I appreciate that.
We're a team.
Loyalty.
Dude, so.
Yeah, we're here together.
Exactly. You're off, I'm off. And then you're going to be off in, I think, the first week in August because I'm doing a golf thing with a high school buddy. Yeah, well, that's just the way it is.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta have fun in the summer when you got the opportunity. All right, I absolutely love this song. I didn't even know the guy's name was Morton Harkett. He's Aha's lead singer. Okay, and sadly, he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's. And I'm here to tell you, Parkinson's sucks. I have two friends of mine right now that are dealing with Parkinson's, and it's a horrible one. It's a horrible disease, and I pray that by an act of God they figure out what this is. They can cure it. I mean, I know there's treatments and there's different things that you can do, but it sucks. So Morton Harkin has been diagnosed with Parkinson's, and it looks like he may never perform again. Well, you can't say never because you never know. Treatments and different things. I had a buddy of mine who had it, still does, and he had brain surgery. They did this experimental brain surgery, and he was awake the entire time that they were doing the surgery, and they were talking to him the whole time to make sure that he was awake and coherent and all that. He couldn't feel anything, but he was awake through the whole thing. They literally cut into his skull and removed it, and there's the brain. And then they did whatever it is they did, and he and I golfed after that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was amazing how much better he was because he was kind of dragging his foot before that and all this stuff, and then after this surgery. He is so much better, and he's actually called the show before, and he texts all the time. It's Scotty Boudreaux from New Orleans, and he's a good dude. But the song "Take on Me," 1985, #1 hit. I mean, yeah, I know they're pretty much a one-hit wonder, but I'm going to play something for you. This is isolated lead vocals on this guy. Now he makes these little weird throat noises, kind of like Michael Jackson used to. But Michael, you could hear it, over the finished record. You couldn't over Take on Me, but check this out and listen to this dude's talent.
Talking away, though I don't know what I'm to say, I'll say it anyway. Today is another day to find you shying away. Oh, I'll be coming for your love, okay? Take on me. Take on me. Take on me. I'll be gone.
Okay, answer me this, Chris Hollywood. How does a man, without having some kind of castration surgery, hit that high freaking note?
That's a good one.
I mean, that is wow.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, doesn't that sound cool? See, I like when they do that, when they isolate the vocals.
That's why you need the new DJ equipment so you can just isolate vocals and do mashups. You have a good music knowledge. You can do more. It's more creative, Denny. But
Really?
yeah, you got STEM.
So you're saying at 66 years old, you want to teach the old dog some new tricks? Yeah, I kind of like the old life. I wing it, get a little liquored up at the end of the party and have a good time. Turn on the mic and make fun. See, I believe my gifts, and if those of you that'll be there on Friday at Hensville, of course it's sold out. Sorry, Matt. Anyway, you will. I'm a DJ who you'll hear some really good mixes. You will, and then you'll also hear me turn on the mic and rip people because that's kind of what I do. So it's kind of a mixed bag kind of thing. That's what I kind of do, and it's been a winning formula for I don't know. And I became a DJ in 1978. Okay,
yeah.
So these disco parties been going since 1994.
What I will tell you is that even with new equipment, there are still DJs who suck. So it's not the equipment.
Well, I know, and that's their own fault. I mean, that's their own fault because they're trying to mix. They're trying to mix. A song that's got 106 beats per minute with a song that has 135. That ain't happening. I don't care what the computer does. It's going to sound like crap. It just is.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I'm looking forward to it, and it's funny because my daughter, she's like producing. She's giving me all these notes on songs, and she's telling me take this song and this song. What she doesn't realize is right at the beginning, I like to do a couple of easy mixes to get my rhythm going. It's like taking batting practice. Like when I get down there and set up, I'll turn on the equipment and practice a little bit. But for the most part, it's a game time decision. Everything changes when the energy gets going and the vibe gets going. You got 2,000 freaking people, and they're ready to go. And once you start, and it's like the energy is just off the charts, so it affects how you hear and how you're feeling. So you want to get into that rhythm. Once you get into the rhythm,
headphones or no headphones.
I just have one. I have one on the ear like this. I'm listening. I'm listening to the mix in my left ear, and I'm listening to the sound on my right. So yeah, see, you don't have to do that because all you do is you just program it into the computer, and it does it for you. And that is cheating, my man. You're a cheater. You're a cheater, DJ.
I'm sorry.
All right, we have to break, and we'll come back with our ass hand of the day. It's a TikTok dope who may go to prison, and I hope he does. And we'll do that in the second hour. And we'll also be up on Facebook Live, the Tickets Facebook page, brought to you by Bakery Unlimited. Bakery Unlimited. Hour 2. Coming back after this on 100.7 The Ticket.
A legend in his own mind. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hi, it's Mookie at Northwood Jewelers. More than just helping you find your perfect diamond, they're also there to help you maintain and take care of your jewelry after the sale. Got a loose diamond? They'll set it. Ring too tight or too loose? They'll size it. Broken chain? They'll fix it. Their expert in-house repair team handles it all, from cleaning and polishing to checking worn down prongs before you lose a stone.
Yeah, I think he's going to do a lot better.
Jewelers service before, during, and after the sale isn't just a saying, it's a promise.
AJ from St. Mary's Meat. Did you
So
ever
who are you
wonder
going to the party tomorrow?
St. Mary's Meats does and cares with all of our fresh and frozen meat selections weekly, as well as our 33 flavors of brats and 19 flavors of snack made in-house, local beef, lamb, and hogs, and we care about our quality. We're located in the west of Seaport Metro Park. Check St. Mary's Meats out on Facebook, and remember, you're feeling it, you're grilling it.
This more and more wants to remind you Father's Day is going to be here June 15th. Now, what are you going to do for the guy that gave you so much? Good old dad said
right on the day. I'll get
you when you were younger. He's still doing it now. Okay, you might have missed
if I do, just remind
you. Dad played catch with you, taught you how to ride a bike, taught you how to drive your first car, gave you money without mom knowing about it.
Parties.
Had your back every step of the way. Your dad
it's everything
is
leading up to it.
good to give you given on Father's Day these
it's like
special
people go, where's my tickets? And, this and that, this
store.
and that.
It's
I'm
the
dealing
man
with people
and
that
dad
haven't done
superstore.
this type of
Stop by
party
his store and more and pick up good old dad, the
sometimes that
perfect
gets
gift.
frustrating,
Tells
but
him thanks
for the
for
most
being
part,
the
I mean,
best
it's
dad
fun.
in the world. So what are you waiting for? Head over to his store and more, the Man Superstore today. You can always check him out on Facebook or hisstoreandmore.com. Located just past the Michigan line at 7325 Lewis Avenue next to Smokehouse
It's a blessing.
Michigan. Happy Father's Day, Dad, from his store and more.
His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania Toledo, a Cumulus media station.
Some measure success in dollars.
Let's tomorrow night from 5:30
At PNR, we think
Jim
beyond
Wilson party, dude.
behind
So is he living here? He must be living.
who needed someone to stand up and fight or to lend a helping hand. Hurt in a car? Call KNR.
Weather from the Jim White Toyota Weather Center. Great offers on new 2025 Toyotas arriving daily. Right car, right price, right now.
Heavy rain for some overnight, completely dry for others. Welcome to meteorological summer, after all. Some morning thunder showers continuing, generally drifting south in the afternoon. A high of 70, wind shifting off the southeast to the northeast. Miles an hour. 60 overnight, couple thunder showers south, and more spotty showers for your Friday, high of 75. From the 13th First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Danny.
On ESPN Radio.
No, honestly.
Yeah.
If I have jobs, I don't know, someone like this.
Coverage begins Saturday night at 7 o'clock here on Toledo's Home for Baseball, 100.7.
I don't know what he's doing right. Doing something. I've never rolled this one.
This is Sports Center.
All right. Back on the air.
I'm Christine Lisi. This just in. Coco Gauff and Luis Poisson in straight sets to advance to the French Open Women's
I asked
Finals.
him about the Westwood one. He said it comes
Quarterback
through
Lamar
the board
Jackson's top big
at the
play
top of
receiver,
the hour. So I would give Josh but it's not like a website. You gotta download.
extension includes $20 million
Okay.
guaranteed.
You mean like you got to hit it perfect time, like it's time sensitive?
NHL Bruins hiring a former player as their new head coach, Marcus Sturm. He was the head coach of the Kings AHL affiliate the last 3 seasons. NBA MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leads the Thunder against Tyrese Halliburton in the Pacers. Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight, 7:30 Eastern ESPN Radio, 8:30 Eastern ABC. Indiana enters the finals as one of the biggest long shots of the last 20 seasons.
Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Denny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Well, boys and girls, we're together for another hour. You lucky people. Denny Radio Sports and More brought to you by St. Mary's Meats. That's the place to go for local fresh cut meat, the only place. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. I'm at Yark Jeep Dodge Ram, 1619 Central Ave in the new car right now, as low as 1.9% APR financing for 72 months on select new vehicles. Maybe you're shopping for electric. You can ask about their EV tax credit savings. Yark helps you save more. 877-909-1007. All right, Hollywood. Nurse Terry stopped by. Well, actually, she's hanging out. She was watching one of our local morning shows today, and guess who was on the air this morning, Chris?
Morning, Chris.
Ooh. That would be Eddie George, the Bowling Green State University football coach. So it looks like he's doing media, hits. So what's going on? Are you so preoccupied with getting married?
No, we're just not important enough to get an email reply for a request.
Dude, we carry their games. How can
I'll
that
go
be?
send another one. I'm going to send another one while we are on air. How about that?
Okay. Are you sending it to the right dude? Are you sending it to him? Or are you sending it to the athletic department? What is it?
Athletic department.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get
Good response there.
You'd have to. You got to get to his people.
I got to find his personal email address.
Well, you got to find whoever his assistant is, his scheduler, because that's what it is. All right, I'm giving you until you get married, and then I'm taking it over in July if you don't get it done.
I'll get it done.
I don't want to, ruffle feathers. You are the producer of the show.
Yeah.
So
that's my job. I got it.
All right, that's what I appreciate. All right, time now for one of my favorite parts of the show. It's the of the day. It's a 29-year-old punk-ass kid from Long Island. He got arrested after a string of TikTok videos where he'd go around to different stores and he would dump buckets of food on his head. That's what he did. His name is Kyle Vasquez, and he goes by the TikTok handle of Dipstick. No, I just threw that in there. I'm not giving his handle. Give him more publicity. That's what he wants. His videos are still up, these videos. He didn't steal the food. He brought it in with him. For example, he celebrated hitting 25,000 followers by walking into a restaurant shirtless and dumping a bucket of black beans on his head. And the place had to close early to clean it all up. He also dumped eggs on himself outside an Italian ice place. I don't know why. He dumped a bucket of milk on himself outside of Walgreens. He did the ice bucket challenge inside a grocery store, and each time he'd run off after screaming stupidity, and he'd leave the mess for somebody else to deal with. But guess what? That's not what got him arrested. Cops found his social media page and saw another series of videos where he'd go to people's homes, ask to use their bathroom, and then he would leave a big mess behind. Those videos have been removed, and now he's facing 6 counts of recording people without their consent. 2 counts of criminal tampering. What's that?
Because it's at their home.
Yeah. 2 counts of criminal tampering. He could get 4 years in jail. But here's the thing. This is how sick the world is we live in. He just crossed over 100,000 TikTok followers the other day. So is that worth it, you think? I mean, if you got 100,000 TikTok followers, I'm assuming you're generating some revenue because that's a pretty decent number. I don't know how much you'd be generating, but you're probably getting a check every month from TikTok, the Chinese. Hopefully you can cash it. Is it worth it to have to go to jail for 4 years?
He'll probably get probation. He'll get probation.
No, I don't think so. Not when you're a giant. Yeah, so Kyle Vasquez, you are the of the day. And you people that follow him, guess what? So are you. All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well deserved.
Hopefully. Yeah, exactly. And that's why we get it to him. All right. Here's something I found kind of interesting. If you're a parent, you're probably familiar with the concept of tummy time. Chris, this is something you're going to need to know. It's where you lay a baby on their stomachs while they're awake so they can strengthen their neck and shoulder muscles, and it improves motor skills. Okay? Your pediatrician will tell you all about that because, Sharon handle all that crap. Our kids are that. If you're a TikToker, you might be familiar with the latest trend. Yes, adult tummy time. Okay, when I think of adult tummy time, I don't think of that. I'm just saying. I'm thinking a different kind of tummy time. All right. My tummy and somebody else's tummy. Anyway, it's the same thing, but for adults. Content creators say that you should be on your stomach for 10 minutes or more every day, even if you're just watching TV or scrolling or reading a book. It's supposed to counteract tech neck, which I have. I go to Dr. Mark in Perrysburg for my tech neck because I'm on the computer so stinking much. The effects of the hours you spend hunched over computers, phones, and other devices destroys your neck. But they say be careful though. One video warns that if you tilt your head back too much during tummy time, you're basically just bending your neck and spine in the same way that you do when you're hunched over. So it's better to keep your neck straight, which is easier if you're reading than if you're trying to watch a TV that's, like mounted on the wall or something.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Do you have tech neck, Chris?
No, I think I'm fine. I'm not there yet.
Well, how often are you on the computer during the day? I mean, I know you're on your phone, you're probably looking down, but I mean,
maybe a good 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, I wish I was on it for 5 hours. I'm probably a little more than that. With a 2-hour show. I mean, I got 2 computers in front of me right now.
I mean, like DJing, I guess I'm standing up, so it's a little different. But like sitting, our show, and then a little production hours. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna wait till you get my age, dude. You'll have Technic. All right, Tigers. Tigers, top of the 4th in Chicago. Zip. So, yeah, I don't know. Tigers at the plate, 2 outs, nobody out. Okay. They're hopefully they if they pull this one out and get rolling because who did I? Oh yeah, they got the Cubs this weekend, so that's going to be legit. Tomorrow, yeah. I wonder if what day Scooble's pitching. He's got to be pitching, right? There's no way that the Cubs are in town. He's not pitching. Tomorrow night it's he's pitching tomorrow, Scooble. Crap, I'm gonna have to record it because I'm a little busy. 7:10. I can watch it on my phone, I suppose, if I wanted to. Yeah, like I'm gonna have the freaking time for the party. It's crazy. All right, you want to know my schedule tomorrow, Chris?
Yeah. What's your day looking like?
All right, so here's my day. I'll get up probably 6:30, whatever, and go through my ritual and stuff. My wife and I have our podcast at noon where we're talking all about disco era, and songs, and all of that. And then when that's over, I'll probably eat a decent-sized lunch. And if I haven't already loaded my equipment in the van, I will drive downtown. 3:30, I'll be at Hensville, and we'll be loading it in. So that is that's the plan there for that. Load it in. Great Lakes will already be there. Great Lakes Sound. They're the best sound people in frickin' Toledo. You ever work with them, you will never work with anybody else. So I'll do that. And then after that, I'll go check into the hotel right across the street, Hilton Garden Inn. So I'll do that, get the room all straight. Maybe chill. Suite, right? I do. And I don't have the presidential suite. They gave me a suite. Because I had it one time and I felt bad because, having a diabetic freaking cat, Sharon can't stay down. She's got to be there in the morning to give that damn cat a shot so she can't stay. So, I suppose I could get up at 7 the next morning after going to bed. I usually don't get to bed before 2 because after the party, you know how it is when you're spinning tunes, you're all wound up, you're all spun up, you can't relax. So you have to have a couple of cocktails. And I usually sit outside somewhere and have stuff. Anyway, and then 5:30 is sound check. And then after sound check, I try to find someplace that everybody to eat. And then after that, I usually come back, start the intro music at 7, deal with any headaches or issues or people that, hey, where's my ticket? Meet some people down there that need tickets, blah, blah, blah. And then 8 o'clock, it's go time. And then at 8 o'clock, we go for the next 4 hours.
What time is the first cocktail?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't know because Sharon is she's giving Shem a shot early and she'll probably be down 7-ish. And she's bringing me my 30-ounce Michigan cup. For those of you watching on Facebook Live, brought to you by BakeryUnlimited.com. This will be filled with double caffeinated coffee. Okay. So she'll get that to me by like 7:30. So I'll start drinking that. So I probably won't have a beverage till, who knows, 9, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I might have a beer with dinner, depending on where we go. I used to rent out, because my family and people that are there, I used to do rent out a section of Tony Packer's at the park. But I don't think they're open because of the Mondays. So I don't think they're open. So I'm going to have to find, someplace, 5:30, 5:45. Most people that are coming for the disco party probably have already eaten, coming. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get in somewhere. Worst case scenario, I'll go into one of the pizza places and just get a couple slices. Go to Home Slice or something or whatever. All right, there you go. There's my routine and that's it. All right, coming back. Well, we have Jordan Strack at the bottom of the hour. We're going to chat it up with him. Coming back, we are going to talk about the Browns.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
I really don't. I'll explain what I'm talking about. We're going to do that next right here.
Right here.
100.7.
The tick.
Denny Radio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hey, it's me, Denny Schaefer for X Golf. Well, it's getting warmer out. That means you're getting ready to hit your favorite courses. Before you do, use X Golf to get your outside
sports communication.
incredibly advanced laser technology.
Chris has obviously been reaching out.
Shots with an instant display
I don't
of
know.
13 metrics like clubhead speed, spin, wind path, the kind of accurate.
Their sports director probably. Oh, you know what? I know the sports director over there. I can reach out to him.
Is the perfect place to dial them in. Play on 50 great
Say,
courses
dude,
in
I need to know what's your email ticket.
Play with friends. Or make it an epic date night, relax and smile, and cheer on your favorite team. Enjoy the full bar and menu.
I'm pretty sure you go to pretty much anybody.
Open events at open morning to late night, reserved by the hour for up to 6 players. I love X Golf, and you will too. Location: X Golf Toledo, Spring Meadows, West Drive, Holland. X Golf Perrysburg, North Dixie Highway. Reserve your tee time now and tell them Denny Schaefer sent you.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-2085. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems. If you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-2085. That's 800-555-2085. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-555-2085.
Shop the Pin for Father's Day. June 10th through the 15th only. Get a free 5-gallon bucket. Receive 15% off whatever fishing items you can fit inside it. And through June 27th, save 20% on all in-stock Z-Man lures. Carry $4 on your choice of all in-stock Viking Hybrid Hunter crankbaits, $5.99 each. Fluker 6-foot medium action President spinning combo, only $89.99. Or Zepco's Pink 33602M spin cast combo, $49.99. We have Finn gift cards
If you don't
too.
have their internet, you got to have their internet to get the stream
Proudly
TV.
supports Ohio families and stood by them
Okay, so
in
you
their
can watch it there.
when life takes an unexpected turn. There's one thing.
I'll probably record the game Friday night, even though I'm not, obviously I'm not busy, but I'll be
Got a
getting
new
that.
ride or want to keep your used car looking new? At Precision Auto Detailing, we bring back that showroom shine. Visit the station site today for your sweet deal. Spend
Well, just like
$50.
it was last time.
Get it in Bedford and West
I was
Toledo.
able to see the score.
Detailing.
Denny Schaefer.
That's right. You're not dreaming. I actually look this good.
He's an idiot.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back, people. Denny Radio, Sports and More. I am live at Yark Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 6019 Central Ave. I'm in the new car. Yark Cares members benefits are included on every new and pre-owned vehicle with offerings like nitrogen tires, key replacement, paint protection, car washes, and more. And you earn reward points, people. All that here at Yark. All right, let me see. Oh, I got a couple of texts here at 877-909-1007. Let me get to those. Pittsburgh Rick. He sent me a picture of his disco shoes. Those are cute. That's very nice. I'll give you the thumbs up, you goofball. Lodo Joe, good luck, and I pray good weather tomorrow. Knock 'em dead out there. Thank you. I appreciate that. We will do our best. So there you go. All right, Chris, I got to ask you a question, dude. All right?
What's up?
So Shedeur Sanders is drawing a lot of attention, okay? And you draft him. You actually move up in the draft so you can get him, okay? Okay. And they had the media thing yesterday, and he didn't even go in the 11 on 11. Why would you do that? As a coach, everybody else got reps with 11 on 11. Shedeur He was only in the 7-on-7. Well, he started on the 7-on-7 red zone drill.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why would you lead to the speculation by all the media people that are there? And according to the story, he's already showing some glimpses of promise. And people got excited because, well, apparently he threw the best pass of the day, the best throw of the day during team activities when he zipped a pinpoint pass to tight end Caden Davis in the back of the end zone. Again, 7-on-7. He was the only one of Cleveland's 4 quarterbacks not to take a snap with the first team offense during 11-on-11 drills.
Yeah, he's not going to get a fair shake. He's not going to get a fair shake.
Then why would you draft him? Why would you bring all of that attention? Because you know Dion is watching all of this stuff and he's getting ticked off.
Yeah.
That his son's not getting the respect. He did take second team.
I think a lot of that may have been Dion's relationship possibly with ownership more so than the coach. And we all know that the Browns coach, Kevin Stefanski, may not be there that long. So we'll see how it's going to play out weird. I think they don't want the media to see too much. It doesn't seem like he's going to get the opportunity that the other guys get. It's really seeing if Gabriel fails and Flacco looks old and then giving him a shot.
Yeah, then I don't know why you would move up in the draft to take him. Then don't take him at all. That makes no sense. He did take second team snaps, but he slipped and fell on the first play. Offensive coordinator Tommy Rees lauded Sanders for his work ethic on what some still see as a steep learning curve for the 5th-round pick. He said he's putting in a lot of work, and when you do that, the game starts to slow down and you can focus on finding completions. And he's done a nice job on that as campus progressed, Rees said. Flacco and Pickett remain the front runners to be under center on September 11th when the Browns open against the Bengals. The amount of snaps all 4 will get during the first 2 weeks of training camp remains fluid. The amount of snaps all 4 received during the 3 days of next week's mandatory minicamp also have to be determined. When it comes to who may win the starting job, Reese can say, well, he says, valid arguments for any of the 4 at this stage of the competition. Any of the 4 could start. That's totally BS.
I mean, you can't get the starting job if you don't get first team reps. So
that's kind of hard, because you can't, you got to see what they're going to do against a number 1 defense.
Yeah.
He also says we're early in the process and in evaluating. We have a good group of guys that will continue to push one another. And by the time September rolls around, we'll be ready to go, he said. Sure. Yeah, we'll see what happens. They have 3 days of mandatory minicamp next week. Let's see. I'm assuming one of those days the media will be allowed in. We'll see if they're treating Shedeur the same way or if they're going to let him loose with the number 1s. But I think when I read stories like this, it just confirms my belief.
The Browns are dumpster fire.
Yeah, they need new leadership.
Yeah, well, they had glimpses, man. That's all I'm telling you. They had some glimpses. All right, the Madden curse. We talked about it earlier in the week. Has loomed large over the iconic NFL video game franchise. Is it a legitimate superstition or simply a myth? Well, you decide. If an NFL player appears on the cover of Madden in the summer, the ensuing season is destined to come with a decrease in on-field production, or you get injured. But the alleged curse is it held up in recent years. So Saquon Barkley, of course, he's on the cover, Madden 26. So they look back at the 10 Madden covers before, the last 10, not including Madden 23. That was cover art featured legendary coach John Madden. So obviously, John Madden died. Their season and the seasons that followed the game's release. So Madden 25 cover was Christian McCaffrey. Hey, Hollywood, how did McCaffrey do last year?
Not too good. It was definitely an injury.
Dude, he played 4 games this past season. He had injuries, obviously, all year. All right. What about Madden 24 cover star Josh Allen? The result, Allen's season after being featured on the cover, it was kind of a mixed bag. He combined for 44 touchdowns on the ground and through the air. However, he threw a career-high 18 interceptions. So I don't know if that's a curse. Just
not bad.
Yeah. Madden 22, Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady together. The result, the 2 stars sharing the cover each enjoyed strong seasons, though neither returned to the Super Bowl after squaring off against one another for the title the previous season. So they didn't make it back to the Super Bowl. Madden 21, Lamar Jackson. He threw for 26 touchdowns, rushed for over 1,000 yards. The result, Jackson didn't reach the same heights of his 2019 campaign, even though that's a pretty strong season.
Yeah, he didn't have a bad year. He just didn't win it.
Yeah, he didn't get the league MVP honor like he had before. But he had a pretty good campaign. He threw 26 touchdowns, and he rushed for over 1,000 yards. Madden 20 cover, Patrick Mahomes. First nod on the game's cover. He followed up his 2018 MVP campaign with another strong season, capping off his first Super Bowl title. So that, obviously, he wasn't cursed. Madden 19, Antonio Brown, 4-time All-Pro wideout, posted a 6th consecutive season with over 1,000 rushing yards. He had a career best 15 touchdowns, so he actually decent. Good year. Madden 18 covered Tom Brady, strong 2017 campaign, 4,500 yards passing, 32 touchdowns. Madden 17, Gronkowski spent multiple stints on injured reserve. So there was like 3 or so in there that had pretty good years. Gronk, not so much. Gronk was injured. He was on injured reserve for a good portion of the season after he was featured on the cover. Madden 16, Odell Beckham. His season, he followed up with another great season. So he wasn't cursed. Madden 15, Richard Sherman. He had an amazing year. The Legion of Boom ringleader. He had a stellar campaign after he was on the cover, intercepting 4 passes en route to a 3rd consecutive first-team All-Pro nod. So there you go.
Yeah, it doesn't go good for running backs, though.
And that's what it looks like, and I'm glad you brought that up. It seems like running backs, Christian McCaffrey, they seem to get hurt. So we'll see what happens this year with Saquon. I mean, I'm not wishing an injury. I don't wish that on anybody, unless they're playing the Lions that week. And then, okay, I'm not going to be out. But anyway, speaking of football, one college football note. Oh, look at that. It's Michigan. Michigan's extended an offer for the class of 2027. Kid's a junior. Safety Charles Woodson Jr., the son of Pro Football Hall of Famer, Wolverines 97 Heisman Trophy winner Charles Woodson. Woodson Jr., a 5'11", 160-pound defensive back from Orlando, Florida, announced his Michigan offer on social media yesterday. He will enter his junior season at Lake Nona, Florida High School this fall. Along with the Wolverines, he holds offers from Florida State, Iowa State, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Syracuse, and Texas A&M, among others. Well, so what do you think of that? Is that drawing too much attention going to your dad's alma mater when he was a Heisman Trophy winner, Hollywood?
It's not a big deal. I mean, it's going to be pressure on him, but I wouldn't make a big deal. I haven't seen the kid, so I don't know yet. But I think it would be cool. He's literally has his name, so I think it's actually really cool, but I don't know if he's good. He's not really ranked by ESPN yet. We'll see.
Well, because he's only a junior, so they'll rank him. But it says
he's also 5'11". He's a little guy.
Well, he's also a junior, so he's 16, 17 years old by 17. So I grew 2 inches out of high school. When I graduated high school, I was
8th grade. So
okay, so when I entered high school my freshman year for football, I was 5'8", 165 pounds.
Okay.
When I graduated my senior year for high school football, when they weigh in all that, I was 6'1", like 210. So
you were a big kid.
People. They didn't even between my junior and senior year, that's when I really sprouted. People didn't even recognize me. They thought I was a new kid because I was always short and a lot of gut. And I stretched out, and people are like, "How you doing?" Some of the girls that never talk to me. I'm like, "Hey, you never talk to me when I'm fat. I ain't talking to you now." Kidding. Let's go make out by the smoking tree. All right, there you go. Yeah, in high school we had a smoking tree.
I didn't smoke.
That's where all the what did we call them? The freaks, the dopers, and. All right, let's break. We got Jordan's track standing by. He's in Trois Rivières, and we're going to chat with him next about what the hell happened last night with our walleye. We'll do that right after this on 100.7 The Ticket.
DennyRadio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports Center on 100.7.
All right, I got to go pee.
Since the early 80s, residential and commercial customers have called the Jenny Company. They needed to have any blacktop or steel coating work done. But now,
all right, breaking news. Have it ready. Aaron Rodgers just signed with the freaking Steelers for a year.
Company, don't just think of blacktop.
So pull it up because I don't have the story.
I got you. All around Northwest Ohio.
And we'll get to it after Jordan.
Any concrete work you need. 419-531-1791. Genite.com.
Hi, it's Mookie at Northwood Jewelers. It's about more than just helping you find your perfect diamond. They're also there to help you maintain and take care of your jewelry after the sale. Got a loose diamond? They'll set it. Ring too tight or too loose? They'll size it. Broken chain? They'll fix it. Their expert in-house repair team handles it all. From cleaning and polishing to checking worn down prongs before you lose a stone. Because at Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale isn't just a saying, it's a promise.
At Birdie's on the Hill, fresh, flavorful food and relaxed vibes come together. Whether it's a quick lunch, a lingering dinner with wine, or a celebration, their upscale casual menu is crafted with care. Located at Hills of Lenawee Golf Club, Birdie's offers great food and course-side views that feel like a mini getaway. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and until 6 p.m. Sundays. Walk-ins, reservations, and small groups welcome. View the menu or plan your visit at hillsoflenawegolf.com. Birdie's on the Hill, where good food meets a beautiful view.
Homeowners, Denny Schaefer here. Looking for an improvement project where you can recoup up to 75% of your investment the day it's complete? It's The Garage. Right now, get $750 off. Schedule your free estimate now at linkconcretecoatings.com.
Are you watching a big sporting event with friends, having a party, or are you just too tired to make dinner? Then you need to call Mama Mary's Pizza, home of the famous 28-inch colossal pizza, equal to 4 large pizzas. Mama Mary's Pizza is authentic New York-style thin crust pizza. The thinner the crust, the better the taste. Get great discounts when you order online at MamaMarysPizza.com. Just go to the menu page and click on the deal section. Located in Holland on Airport Highway across from the big Kroger. Mama Mary's Pizza.
Hey, everyone. You ever wonder where your meat comes from?
Yeah, I got it too.
And care. Fresh and frozen meat.
Is it Twitter?
No, it's 19 flavors of snacks made in-house, plus getting local beef, lamb, and hogs in.
All
We
right.
care about our quality.
If you can, Chris, pull it up on Facebook, on ESPN, because I guess the comments are pretty funny.
Remember, we're killing it, and we're grilling it.
For 20 years, Kissling, Nestico,
All right,
and
how
Reddick
much time here?
wins in every county across our state.
About a minute
With
and a half.
thousands of reviews, the
All right,
numbers
let me
speak.
call Jordan.
This is just the beginning of our story. Hurting a car? Call KNR.
Hello, I'm Matt Janowicki, the owner of Ace Appliance Sales and Service. For a limited time, receive 50% off the Ace Appliance Protection Plan for as low as $3.99. Never worry about appliance repairs again. Over 7,000 Ace customers have signed up and taken advantage of this incredible offer in just the last
You never know.
months.
Well, you think you would have
Today
texted me.
at aceapplianceinc.com. Then just say,
ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
From the Lakes Concrete Coatings Traffic Center, just for trouble spotted.
Hey, dude, all right.
Other than that, we're all clear. And they can not call or text that
No
you're
worries, man. You're a busy guy.
Sports, no gray.
What you
All
don't
right.
do
See,
is
'cause I'm actually on a remote here, so
30
hopefully
seconds.
we'll be able to hear you okay.
Sitting up there and
I hear him now. It sounds good.
You can hear him okay? Okay, cool.
just want to see lost. I don't want to hear nothing about running to the corner. I don't want to hear nothing about no shots. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn truck running. Let's ride. 1-2 step. Man, get your asses out of here.
Black and White Sports, weekdays from 4 to 6 on 100.7. The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer. You've got a rainbow in your mouth. Open it for the world. He's an idiot.
DennyRadio.
I can do that.
And more on 100.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Live on Facebook on the Ticket Facebook page, brought to you by BakeryUnlimited.com. Making our way through the final half hour of the show before we hand it off to Black and White Sports live at Yark. Bad news if you're a Steeler fan. We'll get to that before the end of the show. Yeah, my worst nightmare is looks like it's coming true. Anyway, all right, let's go live to Quebec. Where the walleye, it didn't go well last night, and we have Jordan Strack on the phone. Jordan, welcome back to the show.
Hi, Denny, how are you?
Dude, you sound kind of chipper after last game. I'm a little down after last night's game. Are you okay? Or?
Listen, I'm great, man. It's a long series. You're playing like a team. I actually carried the play most of the game. I think. I was looking at some comments from the Trois-Rivières coach after last night's game. He said he felt like his team was on their heels for a good chunk of it. I actually thought the Walleye were the better team for a lot of that game last night. So, yeah, listen, man, they were down 2-1 against Fort Wayne and came back. And there's no reason to think this thing's over. It's okay.
Look at you. You're the hype man. You're the walleye hype man. You're in a great mood. I'll tell you, when they scored 42 seconds in, I almost turned it off. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Now, did you see that goal?
I was standing about legitimately. It was like right in front of me. Right.
Okay, so Bednar, did he have it in his glove and then it fell out of his glove and?
I didn't get a chance to ask him about it, but it did look. I mean, it looked like he had it and just lost it. Like that's just, it was certainly a weird.
That's what Matt said. Matt said he had it in his glove and then it dropped out of his glove and they didn't call it dead, and the puck drops over the line or in the goal. I don't know what it was, but it was, to me. I thought it was a cheap goal, but that first period, you got to admit, the Trois-Rivières came out and they were just skating circles around the walleye the first 12 minutes while they scored 2 goals.
Yeah, it was. I think afterwards, Pat Mickey said they just did not come out ready, and it was one of those things where, and I don't know if it was nerves because I'm telling you, the atmosphere here was awesome. It was. Yeah, serious. It was one of the best atmospheres I've been around in the ECHL. I've been to a lot of different bands. It was cool. It was really neat. And I don't know, maybe the nerves got to them, the new environment, whatever. But after that first period, they settled in, and I thought played a really good hockey game. I would expect more of that moving forward. But yeah, it was a tough start, and obviously ultimately brought themselves too deep of a hole. When the thing is, the Trois-Rivières, when you look at it, they just don't allow very many goals that are defensive-minded team. So when you dig yourself a 2-0 goal, it's really tough to come out and come back against them. The fact that we had a shot there at the end, the team, they battled. They really did. They battled to the end, and I expect that's
They never gave up. I'll say that. How was the crowd? I mean, are there Toledo fans there in Quebec?
Yeah, we had a little chunk of fans. Yesterday. It was certainly I think there's more. From what I was told, there's more coming Friday, Saturday. So yeah, the crowd was awesome. We had all talked about it here. Everybody was engaged. I mean, it was 3,500 people, and they had a building that only holds 4,000. It was a great crowd. I mean, from start to finish, they were totally engaged. One of the loudest buildings I've ever been in. They have a live DJ playing the entire game. Like during stoppages, it's literally a DJ that plays the entire time, and it's just like it was high energy. It was kind of like. It was like a mix between a rave and a European soccer game and a hockey game. It was awesome. It was really cool.
All right, so is everything in French there? Is like the announcer, everything's in French.
everything. Everywhere you go, every menu, every street sign, everything in the grocery store, everywhere you go. Basically, you every single place just asking them, average, most people here are bilingual and we're able to get through the language barrier, and it's been totally fine. It's actually been pretty fun. It's a really cool little city on the water. The downtown area is really neat. We've had a couple days for it's a really cool place.
What about the hotel accommodations? Is it like an igloo? You're way up north there.
No, we've got terrific hotel accommodations. It's gorgeous.
Are they friendly? Are they nice people?
Everybody legitimately, everybody that we have talked to has been incredibly nice, incredibly kind. Yeah, it's been fun. It's so fun.
All right, so we have Game 4 tomorrow night, and obviously the watch party is at Fifth Third Field because, well, Hensville's a little busy with the Denny Schaefer disco party for Little Blessings. So, we look forward to that. I'll be announcing the scores during my party. After the game, what was the vibe in the locker room with the players?
I would say a little bit. It's kind of a mix of a little bit disappointed with the way they started it and a little bit pissed off. To be perfectly honest with you, they felt like they probably deserved a little bit more if they had started faster. They it was just outside of that, I felt like the role kind of switched the switch, and obviously tomorrow's game basically try to win this even. So you got to win one here to get it back to the Huntington Center. I think that's the goal. You got to win one of these next 2 weeks to get it back.
Please tell me Bednar's going to start Friday night.
I have not. They were down 2-1 against Fort Wayne. Carter Guylander had played a rough game 2. Bednar played great in game 3. Bednar played great game, and then they went back to Carter Guylander down 2-1. And Gyro played his best game in the playoffs. So I mean, I would guess they're going to just keep going the way they have. That would be my guess. I don't know for sure right now. But I can tell you, the guys love playing in front of both of them. They have legitimately, there's no preference. They love both guys. Both guys have had really good moments in the playoffs. So I would not be shocked if I would not be surprised.
See, I think Bednar earned it in the second period when they had 5-on-3 and Bednar was making unbelievable saves. I mean, even Trois-Rivieres' coach was like, "Oh my gosh, these saves this guy was making was unbelievable." I think you leave him in there. I do. I mean, without the first 12 minutes of the first period, the Walleye win that game because Bednar was a beast. So I hope that. I know that's the formula, back and forth, but this is the finals, man. And I think Bednar's a hotter goalie, so I guess we'll see what happens.
I mean, listen, he knows this team as well as everybody. He's gotten to this point using that I'm not just saying that. I have full faith in both guys. Legitimately, I have full faith in both guys.
Tomorrow night, 7:00. Watch party at Fifth Third Field. Saturday, 3:00. Is the watch party at Fifth Third and Hensville, or just at Fifth Third on Saturday?
Just at Fifth Third Field Saturday. They are both at Fifth Third Field. They are free. Come out and enjoy it. There's no cooler place to watch.
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow night, but I'll be busy across the street.
Yes, sir. Have fun with that.
All right, when are you guys traveling back? Sunday?
Sunday morning. Yes, sir.
All right, well, I'll be bugging the crap out of you next week. We guarantee that. All right, man. All right. Be safe. Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate you. Have a good one. All right, Jordan's Jack right there. Good dude. And I harass the crap out of him, but he's willing to go on. I think I asked all the questions I wanted. I don't know. I guess I should have asked you, Hollywood, if you had any.
Oh, you did good.
All right. We have to break, and we're going to come back and chat it up with Andre for a minute. But we also want to talk about breaking freaking news with the freaking Steelers. It looks like the Steelers have a new quarterback, and you can tell by the tone of my voice, I'm not really happy about it. So we'll talk about that next right here, live from Yark on 100.7 The Ticket.
He puts the FU in fun. Denny Radio. Sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
He lights it up. I'll be happy with him, but I just...
Looking for a hidden gem just minutes from Toledo? Come play Cherrywood Golf Course.
Anybody is better than Russell Wilson.
What's that?
Anybody is better than Russell Wilson.
With its tree-lined fairway.
They made the playoffs last year, pal.
Bunkers.
You could have played quarterback and they would have made the playoffs.
Cherrywood is more than just beautiful. It's the perfect mix of
All
fun.
right, save it for the air, pal.
Whether you're sneaking in a quick round after work or enjoying a relaxing game, Cherrywood delivers the kind
4
of
minutes,
golf
30
you
seconds.
want to play again and again.
I wonder why you don't have any Bakery Unlimited spots running.
Golf
You're
is
supposed
right
to
in
get a
your
spot on the
backyard.
show. I
It's
don't
on
get it.
Facebook or
Whose account is it?
That's golfcherrywood.com. Get a
All right, I'll
tee
check with
time.
Heather.
Yeah, I brought him to the ticket, but yeah, Heather would know.
We're not
All right, no problem.
if you don't have the time.
Hi, I'm Abigail Mann.
And I'm Jeff Mann, and we'd like to welcome you and invite you to Jeff Mann Fine Jewelers.
I love helping couples find the perfect engagement ring. One of the values that I bring as a graduate gemologist is expertise. Finding that perfect engagement ring for that perfect someone is a one-of-a-kind moment.
We don't know.
Beautiful,
Two new coaches, offense coordinator, defense coordinator, we don't know.
Styles to choose from, items that you will not find anywhere else in the area.
No matter what you're looking for, we have the perfect man-made diamond waiting here for you.
You know you want to give her the biggest and the best quality diamonds you can with man-made diamonds.
All right, I'll give you a hug.
Man-made diamonds are 100% real diamonds. Man-made diamonds are available exclusively at Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers.
Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers, 5247 Monroe Street in Toledo. JeffreyMannFineJewelers.com.
My best friend died suddenly, and now his wife and kids have to move out of their house. I had no idea he didn't have life insurance. If I could go back, I'd tell him how easy and affordable your family could be with SelectQuote. A licensed insurance agent found me a $500,000 life insurance policy for only $18 a month. They compare many of the nation's most highly rated insurance carriers to find the right coverage and price for your needs. In the last 40 years, they've helped more than 2 million families secure over $700 billion in coverage. Even if you have a health concern, SelectQuote agents will find you the lowest price. Don't wait until it's too late. Get peace of mind that your loved ones are protected with life insurance. Call SelectQuote at 1-800-480-5454 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-480-5454. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-480-5454. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey, it's me, Denny Shaver for X Golf. Well, it's getting warmer out. That means you're getting ready
Whenever
to
I
hit
brought him in, whenever
before you do,
got him,
X Golf to get your outside game in shape. X Golf has incredibly advanced laser technology that tracks your swing and shots with an instant display of 13 metrics like clubhead speed, spin, swing path, the kind of accurate feedback even the best teacher can't give. Just bought new clubs. X Golf is the perfect place to dial them in, play on 50 great courses and at challenging weather conditions or firm greens. Play with friends, clients, or make it an epic date night so you can style and cheer on your favorite teams. Enjoy full bar and menu, and X Golf is the perfect place for senior league corporate events that will wow. Open morning to late night. Reserved by the hour. I love X Golf, and you will too.
Maybe you will too.
Ex-Golf Toledo, Spring Meadows, West Drive,
hope it doesn't take a heart attack.
Ex-Golf Marysburg, North Dixie Highway. Reserve your tee time now and tell them Denny Schaefer sent you.
His Store and More wants to remind you Father's Day is going to be here June 15th. Now, what are you going to do for the guy that gave you so much? Good old dad sacrifice. He supported you when you were young.
Pop's so cute.
Don't put it down. Okay, he might be so bad.
That was the first thing I gave up. Then I
He's
tried.
always your biggest cheerleader. Dad played catch with you. Taught you how to ride a bike. Taught you how to drive your first car. Gave you money without mom knowing about it.
It's amazing.
Your back every step of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Your
I
dad
love
is
puppies.
special. Shouldn't it give
30
you
seconds.
on Father's Day be special? His Store and More has it all in one store. It's
Oh,
the
I know.
Man
I know.
Superstore. It's not by
That'll be
his
going out
store.
the window tomorrow, though, because I got to find whatever's available for me.
Dad in the world.
Carve up.
I mean, I'm
Head over to his store and more, the Man Superstore today. You can always check him out on Facebook or his
All right,
store
see you
and more.
tomorrow.
Located just past the Michigan line at 7325 Union Avenue next to Smokehouse
I'll already be
733.
down there.
Happy Father's Day, Dad, from his store and more.
Thank God the walleye not at home.
I know.
Denny Schaefer.
I have to say, I am so impressed with the potential you've seen.
He's an idiot.
Denny Radio, sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back. Final segment, Denny Radio Sports and Morning live at Yark Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, 6019 Central Ave. I'm at the new car. By the way, this is such a great convenience to have here. When you got to bring your car in for service, they give you a complimentary loaner vehicle. That, my friends, is pretty freaking awesome at Yark. So come see them. All right, final segment, and I knew this was probably going to happen. Yeah, we do. Breaking news. Aaron Rodgers has a team. It is now being reported that veteran quarterback Aaron Rodgers has informed the Pittsburgh Steelers that he will fly to the Steel City to sign with the team ahead of mandatory minicamp next week, according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and the NFL Network. They're all confirming this. So, Hollywood, what do you know about this story? Do you know anything more or just that?
He's supposed to go to Pittsburgh tomorrow, sign, minicamp starts Monday.
And he's going to participate.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to be playing. Okay.
OTAs, man. He had to go get the ayahuasca, get your mind right, you know?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm a
Denny,
Steelers fan.
anything is better than who? Anything is better than what?
Better than you're killing me with that, man. But Russ got him to the playoffs. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers does.
Me, you, and Andre could have got them to the Super Bowl.
All right. Speaking of Andre, let's welcome to the broadcast, Black and White Sports, Andre of the Savages. Andre, welcome to the show. Let me ask you a question, Andre. Was there odds, or could you bet if Aaron Rodgers was going to sign with the Steelers? Is that out there anywhere?
Yeah. So when I show you guys the receipt later, then what? Like, you should have started with, hey, Dre, like, how do you do this stuff? Because now the better parts of 3 months ago, when of the season, and I don't know, whenever it was over, whenever this started, and he had to have a team and all this other stuff. Pittsburgh Steelers. I didn't have a bunch of this one or that, maybe this or some other that or no. And as I was telling Chris, no need to hide it under the curtain of off the air. And that's your Super Bowl champ too. Super Bowl 60, and I'm gone. I don't need anything more than the one you.
I don't know about the Cowboys though.
I know you going. That's why I didn't want to do that one. I don't want that to come out of my mouth. Yeah. But just what I said though. Let's let that one ride because I'm telling you they're going to lose. I'm also not only saying they arrive, but they lose. That's enough for them though. That'll do enough to stop the bleeding. An appearance.
Wait a minute. Who did you just make a prediction for Super Bowl 60? Is that what I just heard?
I've been made.
Okay, who is it? Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Steelers.
Okay, Steelers and Cowboys in the Super Bowl? Are you on crack?
There you go.
Dude,
and
there's
that's
no
why.
way.
You see, Chris? See what I said? There you go. That's why. Hurt $10. You said 10. I do $100 because you got a lot of hundreds. Quit playing.
I'm not doing $100, but I'll put $5 on it right now with you, Andre. $5. I can do that because I'm on a fixed income. I'm on a fixed income. It's not going to be Pittsburgh. And listen, I would be ecstatic if it was. I'd rather it be Detroit.
I know.
But
we go.
you're saying Pittsburgh. Okay, what are you basing this on? Pittsburgh with a quarterback.
I'm marketing.
Andre is one of the script writers.
Listen, man. This league was built on that matchup. It wasn't Bears, Packers. It wasn't whatever else. Give me whatever other rivalry. Dallas, Pittsburgh built this league the same way Magic and Larry at that same time, right before the 80s, but ending the 70s. Now watch this. I'll crack you out further because the Dodgers and Yankees are right here. So we right here back at Reggie Jackson and these boys and Steve Garvey and all of that. Ron Say. We're doing that right now. That's happening now. So here comes the football. 60th anniversary, man, I'm good. Toledo, put 10 on it, match up. That's all you need to do. Don't worry about it and laugh. Stop with your little emotions and about your team. But that's so ridiculous. You heard the man respond. His natural inclination was crack. Andre, are you on crack?
Crack.
Yep. We're crack the bank. We're going to crack the bank. 60th anniversary? For the 60th anniversary. Stop it.
I hope this happens so it can make the promo, man.
Man, you got to put it. Yeah. No, you got to take me nationwide from here. I got to leave Toledo on that because you got to call Greeny and those boys and say, what the hell is this guy doing? What happened? How did he do it? It's marketing.
Hey, we can't even. Hey, Hollywood can't even get friggin' Eddie George on our show, let alone Greeny. All right. Well, we're marking this down. We should probably go grab this off the skimmer, this whole little segment, so we can play this back in like December or January, if we're still here, and play this back.
7 and 10.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing on the Steelers. I mean, what Andre is saying is Aaron Rodgers has still got a lot in the tank because he's got to have a lot in the tank just to get them to a Super Bowl or playoffs, for that.
I mean, he went to the playoffs with Russell Wilson.
Attitude, too. Denny, come on, man. Everybody, come on. Let's just have common sense about human beings. And this man, and if he does have the ego you all are criticizing him for, then I'm not going to let you have the last laugh on me like that. I'm coming here knowing Mike Tomlin and I have talked about what's necessary. Even and watch how instrumental Pickens is in the game, one way or the other. I told Chris, I figure he drops the pass like Jackie Smith for Dallas. Pittsburgh wins the game. And why is this? Why does the Cowboy fan say that? Because we owe the Steelers a Super Bowl for the one we stole on the last one we won with Dion and them boys and Emmitt Smith and the Barry Switzer. Pittsburgh beat us that day. Neil O'Donnell got a check.
I like when we get Dre hyped up.
Neil O'Donnell got a check.
Yeah, that's pretty good, dude. This is good. We just got to bring up the Cowboys, and then he gets going. That is awesome.
60th anniversary.
All right, we're writing it down, dude. $5, you and I. All right, maybe more as the season goes on. All right, well, you get what you just heard for the next 2 hours, people. So do not touch that dial. Black and White Sports, Andre of the Savages, Josh B. Hey, I gave Josh B your tickets, your disco party tickets, Dre. So make sure you get them.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Make sure he's not. Yeah,
Man,
he will. He's already. He might.
I'm in the
Josh
building.
B's coming.
Josh Burnham is coming. He's going. He said he's going. Man,
That's
I
awesome.
have waited a lifetime to go to anything that Josh is at the same time.
All right, I want to see Josh in a big fro. All right, I'm looking forward to it. Put Josh B in a fro in a leisure suit. He'll be dialed. All right, you boys have a good show. Hollywood, you be safe down there in Miami.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Stay out of trouble. Have a good flight. And we'll do it on Monday. Again, we're not on tomorrow. Chris out of town. I am at the disco party. All right, signing off from Yark. Till next time, this is Denny Schaefer saying do what you love is freedom. Loving what you do, that's happiness. Keep dreaming and love the one who loves you most. See ya, Toledo.
All right, Schaefer.
All right, dude. Be safe.
Schaefer
Talk to you
is Denny
soon.
Radio
Bye-bye.
on 100.